Runners in the paddock for race 3. It's draw at 6:30. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Handicap over 1 3/4. This is number 2, Phonics, for Jim and Susie Best. Aidan Brooks taking the ride. This also was successful at Lingfield back in August. Has not managed to match that form in a few starts since, but he's off a mark of 55 now, so dropping in the weights and into a 55 here, which is probably a bit of a positive for him. Number 3 follows, that is Carlton, and this horse is going to be the favourite at a shortish price as well for James Owen and Sean Dillon Bowen, the champion apprentice of last season. Carlton 2 from 2 since joining this yard, both those victories at this track, and only up £2 for the latest victory. Now, Sean Dillon Bowen was able to claim 3 that day. He doesn't claim now, he's ridden that out, so it's a £2 rise and the loss of a £3 claim, so in a sense £5 high, but I thought he did well to win from where he was out the back in a steadily run race that day. So Carlton, a worthy warm order at the top of the market. The next horse is wearing a red hood and can't see the number, so I'm not quite sure where we are. It's a little bit of a struggle. I'll have to go in front of us for number 5. And that is Meister Zinger for Mark Usher and Hector Kraut. Mark had a couple of horses run well earlier on. This horse has a little bit to prove at the minute. 3 starts so far this winter, hasn't really threatened. But he has dropped down the weights to a mark a few pounds lower than when he last won at Kempton back in June. And maybe he's just working his way back to form. There would need to have been a little bit more encouragement, particularly last time, you would have thought, to be really interested. But the Yards horses, as we've seen tonight already, in decent enough nick. If we drop back a few horses, number 7, who's just over this side, that is Mamdo for Joseph Parr and Daniel Muscat. Hasn't been with this yard long and just starting to find a little bit, I think. Since joining, Joseph Parr has gone up in distance and it seems to have suited. 2 4th-place finishes. Perhaps needed the run first time out and ran all right from a long way back in a steadily run messy race last time out. So I think Mamdo could be one that that finds a touch of improvement this evening and can perhaps get competitive. A couple more that we haven't yet seen. Let's have a look at Alex the Great, the grey who is in front of us right now for Tony Carroll, whose horses are going well. This fella, Alex the Great, was 3rd at Southwell on his most recent start. That was following some wind surgery, and that form has been boosted by the runner-up Canguy, who had won the time before, was 2nd that day, and then came out and won the other day back at Southwell. So that form has had a little bit of a boost behind Albert Lasker for Alex the Great last time out. Yeah, two horses are attracting a little bit of support. One of those Meisters we had a look at in the paddock. We didn't see Zooks, the Camelot mare for Ian Williams, but yet to get her head in front. She has dropped a good way in the weights from where she had her initial mark, and last time out finished 5th around here. I don't think that was a bad effort behind Carlton. Has a little bit of ground to make up. There's a few of them out of that race that we saw, isn't there? Carlton coming from the back of the field. Lumberjack finished in 2nd, but very much had an easy lead that day. Leon Trotsky was quite well positioned on that occasion, as was Zooks. So Carlton, I thought, did well enough to beat them. I suppose the same thing could happen again in a little bit of a messy race, but as I say, overcame it last time out. So be interesting to see how it goes. Mamdo, I thought, might well take a bit of a step forward on the 3rd start for this yard. But trappy little contest. I don't think I'd necessarily want to get right against Carlton, given the way that he's gone so far, but didn't really want to back him at odds on either. So sitting out race for me, as Leon Trotsky is going to complete the line.
Leon Trotsky's the last one in. We're ready, 1 3/4, and they're off. Jumped away then. A bit of a slow start for both Leon Trotsky and Phoenix, but plenty of a chance to catch up over a mile and 6 here for this, the It's Never Ordinary at Bet365 handicap stakes. First to show on the outside, one of the greys, Lumberjack, to Zooks in the light blue in 2nd. Also handy is the other grey on the inside, Alex the Great, who's got the purple cap. Goes into 3rd now, past Zooks, who drops back to 4th. Pale colours of Mamdo on the outside is next, then Rogue Raider in the pink and purple on the inside of Meister Zinger. Orange cap for that runner. And then the other grey in the race, the red cap Oscar Doodle is on the inside. The odds-on favourite Carlton, dark blue cap, is next with Phoenix and Black Smoke also towards the back in the yellow and black silks as they come around the home turn on the first circuit here. And they're being led by, on the inside, Lumberjack, who's got the cheek pieces on, to Leon Trotsky in the dark green. Now Meister Zinger's improving out wide, and he's about to take the lead up, I think, under Hector Crouch, the leading rider on the all-weather this season. And he's moved right alongside Lumberjack at the head of affairs. So Meister Zinger and Lumberjack go on. Back into 3rd now is Leon Trotsky. 4th on the inside for Alex the Great. Wider out is Oscar Doodle. So they pass the judge with a circuit to go. Zooks is next, and then the cheek pieces on the inside of Rogue Raider, followed by the light colours of Mamdo, and then the favourite Carlton, the yellow and navy blue quarters, the blue and white of Phoenix, and Black Smoke is the back marker as they head into the back straight and head for the final 7 furlongs. So up front, the leader on the inside, still Lumberjack. Meister Zinger made that move to sit alongside in 2nd. And then behind those, Alex the Great. Leon Trotsky just ridden along for a few strides. Wider out, Oscar Doodle, doing plenty of work there without any cover, the red cap of Morgan Cole. Then comes Zooks in behind them. On the inside is Rogue Raider and Raul de Silva. And then behind those is Mamdo. No move yet from Sean Dillon Bowen on Carlton, who's now just manoeuvred a bit wider to get maybe a bit closer to the pace. On the inside is Phoenix. And still towards the back is Black Smoke as they start to increase the tempo now towards the end of the far side. It's Meister Zinger, upsides Lumberjack. These two as they pass the 4. Alex the Great is in 3rd on the inside of Oscar Doodle. And then comes Leon Trotsky, who's dropping away. Wider out is Zooks. On the move now is Carlton. His upsides Mamdo is being shoved along. And then comes Phoenix as they turn back towards the home straight. 2.5 to go. Meister Zinger and Lumberjack, still these two. To Alex the Great in 3rd. Zooks into 4th. Carlton confidently ridden into 5th place, but still ground to make up. Now they're in line for home. Meister Zinger with Lumberjack. Down the centre of the track, Zooks is making ground. Also Alex the Great, and Carlton on the extreme left is now under pressure, but is running on. Down for the final furlong, and here comes Carlton now all of a sudden to hit the front and go on to Zooks in 2nd place, and the favourite is now bounding clear to complete a course and distance hat-trick. It's Carlton for James Owen and Sean Dillon Bowen. Zooks was 2nd, close for 3rd between Lumberjack and Alex the Great.
3 on the spin for Carlton since joining James Owen. Defies the rise in the weights and wins more decisively this time around. Daylight back to Zooks, who was supported into 2nd favouritism and does fare 2nd best in the end. In turn, clear of the remainder. Lumberjack was back in 3rd, well enough positioned once again. But 4 to 5, Carlton comes home in front under the champion apprentice Sean Dillon Bowen for James Owen, who's having a really good winter. Patiently ridden once again, made his move out widest up the straight, and like last time out, he's come from the back of the field to land the spoils. He's got the better of Zooks, who has very much got back on track and has just bumped into one here. She's ready to win races off the mark that she is on, but the front two have put clear distance between themselves and the rest. Alex the Great has run pretty well, challenging for third at the line, but hasn't put a foot wrong since joining James Owen. Carlton brings up the hat-trick, Richard.